Hey, it's the Opus Fan Podcast. Welcome back. It's our Thursday show. We're taping during the first quarter of the Rams Seahawks. It's Shelby, it's Zack, it's Scotty. Fellas, almost the weekend. How we feeling?
Zack, you go first.
Oh, I work on the weekend, so my weekend is coming to a close. I got the under. Looks like Rams are about to kick another field goal. I can handle 6 points in the first quarter. There's still 5 minutes left.
What's the under, 49?
I don't like that guy's foot. That guy's foot's really close to the ball being snapped.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Zuerlein.
Hey,
6-0
thread
Rams.
the needle.
All right. But yeah, Zack's feeling good. I couldn't imagine working on the weekends.
Especially on NFL Sunday.
I'm probably getting it fixed. I'm probably getting fixed later this month.
Zack, we would have epic Sundays.
Monday to Friday, 11 to 8. That's not a bad, or 11 to 7. It's not a bad schedule.
Yeah, so we're taping Thursday night, and guys, I want to talk the Rams Seahawks. The Rams bet, and I don't want to count chickens before they hatch, but just even I would have said this before the game. The Rams were the easiest bet I've made, and in terms of confidence.
Watch, because you just said that the Rams are literally going to lose 31-6.
They very well could, but it's one of those
Still
things
hit
like
the under.
It's like the Bears -3 on opening night, and like the Broncos -3 against the Raiders. Those are bets that I would go back and make 10 times out of 10 times. The Rams today, absolutely money line was even money, and it's like this game opened up. And Scotty, you heard people saying the underdog Rams like it being a risk.
Yeah, you just watching ESPN and NFL Network all day. Everyone shows the Seahawks to win, and they were like, it was like such a sure thing because they're both 3-1 teams, and the big story was like Gurley was struggling and being, kind of standoffish to the media, and Goff being inaccurate because he threw a lot against the Bucks. And then one guy, I don't know who it was like, you know what, I'm going to go on a risk and take the underdog Rams. I'm like, oh, you mean the defending NFC champion Rams? Like,
right.
Oh, that's a big risk you're taking.
It's like the biggest thing is going against momentum, and it's like the Rams, you can't get them at a better value than you did tonight after their poor performance against the Buccaneers, where they just looked lazy. This game opened as a pick'em, and it went all the way up to Rams +1.5. So if it opens as a pick'em, they're telling you the Rams are the better team because you get 3 points for home field advantage. So you get 3 points. So if this game was on a neutral field, the Rams would be 3-point favorites. If this game was in the Coliseum, they'd be favored by 6. So they're telling you the Rams are the better team. But, all those analysts are at Pike Place Fish Market in Seattle, just getting in all the local flavors. They probably went to the original Starbucks and Instagram storied it, and they're just feeling the Seahawks 12th man. And they're just like, yeah, well, we'll just go with Seattle.
No, they're playing the smart bet. They're playing it so they say it on TV and national television that they all pick the Seahawks so the lines can stay where they're at, and then they can just put all their like little Starbucks money on the Rams because they know it. So it's just playing the lines of Vegas.
It's a savvy play because every time there's a primetime game, it's like we did this with the Eagles Falcons. We bet the Falcons, and it was like you can take a snapshot. It's like everybody picked the Cowboys too, and we won on the Saints. And it's like everybody takes a snapshot of all the people picking, and it's just like it's like a Seahawks logo, like 7 straight Seahawks logos, and then after the game, if the Rams win, like the Rams take a picture of it, be like, "Thanks for the motivation, guys." It's one of those games. I feel like every single time, and Thursday night football especially, the road teams won every week but one, 3 out of 4 times.
Yeah, and do you think that? But you said on the last podcast, what did that happen or for the first time in 15, 30 years or so, or 5
that
years?
Was for one. That was for 1 week, for one NFL week. This is, I'm saying, for Thursday night football through the first 4 weeks of the season. I don't have a stat on that, but I just know
right.
Underdogs are 4-0 actually, because Jacksonville was an underdog against Tennessee at home.
I remember a couple weeks ago we were on the podcast and I was like, man, looking up, there's like no good Thursday night football games, but actually the last 2 Thursday night football games were really good. But maybe we were thinking about what was it, Monday Night Football? Those kind of blow.
Yeah, that was like it was like coming up, and it was like the Jets are on there, the Dolphins, and something else was on there.
Yeah.
It was the Monday night one that got like flack, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, blame the schedule makers that the Dolphins are tanking and that Sam Darnold has mono? It's like, just chill. I'll never complain that there's a football game on, no matter how bad it is.
Yeah, because you can't help yourself, and you will always put some action on it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm not a Neanderthal. But
yeah, I mean, what are we?
All right, guys, we'll go into For Your Reference, and I'm obsessed. I found my new obsession. It's my new drug. It's going back to like previous NFL seasons and asking you guys to name people from them.
Okay. Did you know it's Mean Girls Day too?
Yes, October 3rd.
Spoiler alert, that's part of my doghouse.
Oh, okay.
So, Scotty, I love where your head's at. But, yeah, we'll see.
I said it's October 3rd.
I was about to place a live bet for the game to go.
That's our boy.
It was Seattle.
We taught
plus,
you well.
Seattle plus 4.5, and then the over of 45.
You can't
and I was
parlay.
like, what?
You can't parlay.
Can't parlay live
can't?
bets.
Oh.
No. But Zack
Hey,
didn't savage
earlier
us.
we were talking about, well, now the Seahawks will win 31-6 or whatever it was. And Zack goes, still hit the under, but Zack, we taught you way too well, and you have that bitch parlayed, and we don't even try to front like you don't.
Yeah, he does have both of them parlayed, and
the Rams +1.
Yeah, and I feel like I've like lost some of my touch because I didn't parlay tonight. Now I'm like, well, am I the problem? But okay, so the next Thursday night preview down the line, you have next week Giants Patriots, New England by 1 million at home.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley is a god. Did you see that video? Anyone see the video of him today at practice?
Yeah, I did. What was he doing?
He was like jumping and cutting and like he was running through like drills and like pretending he was like dunking a basketball at the end of them, like jumping as high as he
wasn't
can.
he doing like a layup? Yeah, that was cool.
That's what it was.
Good
I was
for
like,
him.
oh my gosh. It's like,
Yeah.
he really was.
Russell Wilson's like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Or he was just faking it for clout.
Like,
I'm gonna come back
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back in 2 weeks or a week and a half
He
on
did it for
practice
the Daniel
field just to
Jones
make everyone
storyline.
think I'm a superstar.
Right. Week 7's got Chiefs at Broncos Thursday night.
Week 7.
I'm down with that.
I'm taking the
I
over.
guess I'm not.
I'm definitely betting something there. Scotty, we have to watch that together. That's
Sure.
That's a Mahomes left-handed pass reunion. You're gonna see that replay all over the place.
Sidearm straight up.
Yeah, I
the
can't
butt.
wait.
That's
Here
a
comes
take a
Von
shot.
Miller. Especially on
That's a definite take a
on
shot every
Monday
time you
night.
see that.
Oh my God.
Snap. Disley?
Or maybe
Yeah,
if the
boy.
dude says remedy
I picked
game
him up
for
and
Von
dropped
Miller.
him.
Remedy game for Von Miller. All right, now we'll go to For Your Reference, guys. I mentioned that I love doing this. Scotty, no cheating.
Okay.
Promise? Pinky promise on air?
I pinky promise, boy.
Ooh.
I swear to God, no cheating.
All right.
You
Slow
believed
down,
me,
Zack.
didn't you?
All right. So I didn't want to go all the way back to 2009, so I went back to 2012. There were 20.
Not gonna help.
The 2012 NFL season. There were 20 pass catchers with over 1,000 yards receiving, and I want to see how many you guys can name. We'll give you how many wrong answers should you get?
I don't know.
5.
7, 5.
5. Because last time it was 7. There was way more.
Russell Wilson is a god, and they should just release him. Meaning, like, not release him from the team, but just let him loose.
Scotty, just wait. Yeah. So I'm gonna see. We'll give you 6. We'll split the difference from 5 to 7.
All right,
We'll
cool.
give you 6. Scotty, give me your live reaction to this next play. Do the play by
Russell
play.
Wilson. No, ball's already in the air.
I'm playing-
Oh my
I'm
God,
playing Nathan. Come on.
that's amazing.
Double points for me.
That's Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
Is that more of a play on Tyler or is that more of a play by Tyler Lockett or more of a throw by Russell Wilson?
More of a
Or
play.
both.
Yep, that's Tyler.
Because
Lockett
I don't know
all the way,
if
baby.
I don't know if Russell Wilson is throwing it away.
I almost think.
I mean, that's
Wilson-
still a great pass right to the corner.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just realized how many people actually have playing in this game.
That's why he's my favorite QB in the NFL.
All right, guys. There were
Easily.
20 pass catchers with 1,000 yards or more receiving in 2012. You guys get
pass catchers.
You guys get 6 wrong answers. That's one of my favorite things on
Okay.
Twitter, where they take a picture of a scene from a movie and they're like, wrong answers only. You see? It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
All right.
I like when they put movies out of context in 4
so
pictures.
when you say pass catchers,
There's
tight
20.
ends, wide receivers.
There were 20 people
Okay,
with
gotcha.
1,000 receiving yards or more.
Gotcha.
All right. Who wants to start?
I don't let Scotty start.
All right, Zach, do you want to guess David Johnson before we start so we just get out of the way?
Why would I guess David Johnson?
Just seems
Because
like
he's not in the NFL,
pick.
and you always have one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always picks one of the dudes who was like definitely before his time.
I will give you
right.
a hint. There are 4 active NFL players on the list.
That's it.
Only 4.
Gotcha.
Can I guess 2 in a row?
No.
Okay, Julio Jones.
All right, 1 for 1.
Yeah,
Julio Jones was Julio Jones was 11th.
Fudge. That was the one I was gonna.
All right,
guess.
Zach.
Shit.
Wow, Zach.
Are you already out?
Am I out?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know if you were out of answers.
No. I just have to think about the players that were still. Calvin Johnson.
Please let one
Number
be a Raven.
1. Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Kept
That's
Matt
good.
Stafford in the
There you
league.
go.
First round draft pick, Calvin Johnson.
Oh, we have to tweet about that. That Shelby on our personal accounts, we have to tweet about him about the worst take that Zach has ever had.
That is the worst take. All right, Scotty, you go.
Dude, I seriously, I still
that
think
Calvin
about
Johnson
that
was
at
coming
night.
back.
No, that Calvin Johnson kept
No.
Matt Stafford in the league. That Stafford
You
would have
said
been out of the league.
I didn't say
Without
he would be
Calvin
out of the
Johnson,
Yes,
Stafford
you
would
did.
have
Not
been
out of the league,
Three-
but not
yes,
a
you
starter.
did.
Yes, you did. You said Stafford would be out
No,
of the
you
league
did.
3
You said-
years ago.
3 to 4 years ago.
I would say
Matt
he
Stafford
wouldn't
would
be a
out of the league
starter.
without Calvin Johnson.
I'd say he wouldn't be a starter
Zach.
without.
How's he
Stop
doing
it.
this year? All right, Scotty.
Yeah, right.
Scotty, go. We're getting so off track.
AJ Green.
All right, that he was number 10.
God, AJ Green's so old.
All right, is
I mean,
Julio
he's
Jones
just
old
as old
then?
as Julio Jones.
Right.
Jimmy Graham. No, didn't have a
That
1,000.
was your first one.
Man.
Not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess. It wasn't. Oh man.
There's only one tight end on this list.
Well, I
Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace is incorrect.
Shit.
Oh man. All right, Zach.
The other tight end
Try the
would
other
be
Steelers
Gonzalez
receiver.
then, right? Tony Gonzalez?
No.
No. Fuck.
Zach's really fishing for the one
The
tight
one tight
end.
end. Yeah.
And you guys have already gotten 3 wrong answers out of 6.
Oh my God. Antonio Brown.
Incorrect.
He's not. He got drafted in 2010, right?
2010. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think
he's
his-
not on the
He
list.
had to have been close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck. Cruz.
Victor
Ooh,
Cruz.
Victor Cruz. That's a good one.
He is on the list.
Boom.
He was
you
15th. Good job, Zach.
Salsa my way back into this thing.
Yeah, you sure are.
I might have to take a risk because your boy don't know. Hakeem Nicks.
No.
Yikes.
This is bad.
Well, I was gonna say. I was about to say.
I know who.
Well, you might not get a chance because if Zach gets it wrong, you're done.
Well, we only have one more
Yeah,
incorrect.
you have 5 and you guys are.
But you said we're splitting the difference of 6.
Yeah, you have 6 wrong answers.
So we've
You
already
have
done
5 already.
Jesus.
Antonio Brown, Jimmy Graham, Mike Wallace, Tony G, and Hakeem Nicks.
Scotty, who's the leading receiver in New England at this point? Is it?
In New England, Julian Edelman still probably.
I don't like that.
Welker.
He throws Brady throws to too many people. What about
Yo, Zach, say Welker.
Harrison?
Say Welker. Say Welker.
from Indy?
Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
Oh, dude.
All right,
who's
you
the
guys
wide
are
receiver I'm thinking
done.
of?
Reggie Wayne.
Wayne, that's what I'm thinking. That's
All
what I
right,
meant.
Scotty's is Reggie Wayne. I'll give you
That's
2
what I
more
meant.
because this is going so bad. All right, so Scotty got Reggie Wayne.
That's the one. That's what I
Yeah.
meant to say. I said the wrong.
Zach, say-
Colts wide receiver. Because I was thinking.
Zach, say Wes Welker.
Is Wes Welker on the list?
Yes,
Nice.
he was number 8. Scotty.
Jesus, thank God. All right. Zach, give me a team that we haven't said yet.
Your freaking Broncos. Who's the leading receiver in Denver?
In 2012,
Yeah, it's Emmanuel Sanders?
yeah, that is a good one. No,
Demaryius
Decker.
Thomas? Eric Decker?
Eric Decker is 17th.
Jordy
Correct.
Nelson?
Let's go.
Jordy Nelson?
Zach's is Jordy Nelson, which would be incorrect. One more wrong
Is
answer.
Demaryius Thomas still on the list?
Demaryius Thomas, number 4. All right,
Shame on you.
Zach.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, number 12.
Good
I was thinking
one.
Ravens, like, oh, Steve Smith. Oh, yeah, and he's not on the Ravens yet.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't know.
Steelers?
I hear typing.
Think Steelers.
I hear
not
typing.
Antonio
I'm not
Brown.
typing. I'm not typing. Steeler. What do you mean think Steelers?
Not Antonio.
Keith
No.
Miller.
Oh, you idiot. No, Hines Ward.
Would have been
Ward was not
retired,
in the league
yeah.
in 2012.
When did he retire?
Before 2012.
There's always a retired dude. Zach, thank you. Actually, I'm glad you said that
Really?
because that's your brand.
I'm counting that. That's the last one.
Do it. Okay, yeah, I want to hear the rest.
All right, you guys are going to be like so mad at yourself, by the way. All right, the first with the active players that you guys didn't get, you got Demaryius Thomas, AJ Green, Julio Jones, Jason Witten.
He retired in 2011.
Jason Witten is the only tight end on the list. He was number.
He's back.
He was number 20.
He's active.
He was number 20.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, number 2 on the list, Andre Johnson from Houston.
All right.
Number 3 on the list, Brandon
Right.
Marshall with the Bears.
Forgettable guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Number
yeah,
5,
that's a good one.
Vincent Jackson with Tampa Bay.
Damn, he's old.
Forgettable.
Number 6, a guy named Des Bryant.
Shit.
Number 9, Roddy White.
Forgettable.
I thought about guessing him, but I was like, if Julio's got 1,000, I doubt Roddy White does.
Number 13, Marcus Colston.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about that one.
Oh, I was, dude. Marcus Colston was going to be the number 1 dude I guessed right off the bat, and I didn't think it.
Number 14, Michael Crabtree.
Oh, jeez.
Crabtree.
Michael just
I
released
guess
by the
he's not in the
Cardinals.
league.
Crabtree.
16, Brian Hartline.
Really? He had
Buckeyes.
1,000 yards?
Yeah. See, number 18, Stevie Johnson with the Bills.
Oh, okay.
And 19, Lance Moore with the Saints.
2012 was a long time ago. Jesus,
isn't it, dude?
Lance Moore? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is like when you watch the league.
I was surprised
and you listen to all the players they're drafting in the early seasons.
Yeah,
of the league.
that's a great one. My thing was, okay, I was like...
Lance Moore, Stevie Johnson, and Brian Hartline. Lord, dude.
Isaiah P.
You could have given me
Isaiah
like
P.
all night to guess.
This is now why I know in 2013 I drafted Brian Hartline in like 3 leagues. I'm like, guys, he had 1,000 yards last year. It's like, what the hell? Like, why wouldn't I? And everyone's like, why are you taking him in the second round? I'm like, you'll be sorry. It was like, I remember one of my...
What do you have the next year?
Oh,
Like
it's probably bad.
20 yards?
It's like, I remember one of my first picks ever in fantasy at wide receiver was Kevin Curtis, white wide receiver for the Eagles. I was like, you
dude.
guys...
Yeah, because he had the speed emblem and
I was like, oh gosh, you guys are going to be so sorry when my team just streaks on you. All right.
I remember when he dropped a pass on 4th and 5 against the Cardinals when Kurt Warner went on to the Super
Well,
Bowl.
I think Curtis that year, I think he played the very first game, and then he was like a healthy and active the rest of the year.
Is Larry Fitzgerald not on the
That's
list?
hilarious.
No, Larry Fitzgerald was not.
That's weird.
I don't know when did Kurt Warner retire? It was
It was after the
2000.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was-
so 2000.
2009.
Yeah, because
2009.
2010 they had like John Skelton and like all these other no names, so
Yeah,
he must
right.
have been through that bad year. All right, so we're through Thursday Night Football for your reference. Doghouse of the week, Scotty. Oh, well, you guys tease this. I was gonna say everyone who isn't basic and like doesn't know the October 3rd Mean Girls Day when Lindsay Lohan gets asked what day it is by the cute guy in the movie. So
Oh, cute
Yeah, I
guy on that show.
hey,
That's one
I'll
way to
admit it.
describe him. I mean, you could just call him by his name.
all right. I'm sorry.
That of which
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't
Like
know.
I wasn't gonna look it up. Like, I don't have all day. Secondly, Mickey Callaway, Mets manager, fired after 2 seasons.
Yikes.
The highs and lows of probably coaching
Yeah.
in New York. I don't know how Tom Coughlin did it
Right.
for so long.
2 Super Bowls.
But well, yeah,
How did Eric Mangini
right.
do
Eric
it?
Mangini. How did Todd Bowles last like 4 seasons? It's just one of those things you'll never get an
Yeah.
answer to. But yeah, the Mets, Miracle Mets. They look like they had that such a good run. Looked like they might have been able to sneak into the wild card, and then just collapsed over the last maybe three weeks or so over the season. But they're fun to watch. They got Marcus Stroman from the Blue Jays.
Home run leader
Pete
too, right?
Alonso set the led the National League, led the majors in home runs, set a rookie record. Scotty, what's your World Series pick. What's your matchup?
Ooh, my World Series
Zach's
matchup.
in purgatory right
That's
now.
on the spot.
But I mean, I think it's appropriate we splash some
care.
baseball in with the playoffs getting underway.
Yeah, I don't really care. I actually watched the Nationals game, and that was fun. Dude, I really want the Nationals to go now to the World Series. How fun would that be? Especially with the Phillies being out of it.
I don't.
Just for national sake or Nationals fans' sake. I don't know. That was so much fun to watch, and I love that Juan Soto who hit that game.
The most hyped guy to ever be tagged out
was
in the
against the
pickle.
Brewers. I know that. Yeah, I was like, why'd he do that? And show me. I know that you watched that and you were like, what the hell? Because you
fell asleep in the 4th inning. So yeah, hand up on me. But yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I would love to see the Nationals in it. I know that's not going to happen. I'll say Astros, Dodgers, with the. Or actually, I'm taking the Dodgers.
Yeah, you have my exact pick.
I gotta have one.
Yeah, I know you will. I know. I wasn't skipping you. I wasn't moving on. Yeah, you're okay. But I don't buy.
I think the Dodgers are due.
Yeah.
I really just think they'll get it done this time.
With the Nationals, it's great for a 1-game playoff because they have such great starting pitching with Patrick Corbin, Steven Strasburg, and Scherzer. But in that 1-game playoff, you can use your starters in the bullpen, and when they get into an actual series,
and they did.
You'd be stupid not to. It's winner take all. Loser goes home. Loser leaves town.
Right.
But yeah, once they get into an actual series, they have one of the worst bullpens in all the National League, and I think that'll obviously catch up to them. But good for them because you know how bad they've been postseason wise to get that win.
Yeah, well maybe they'll have some maybe they'll have some fire, and if they can steal one with average pitching, in the first game or two in the next series,
the Dodgers,
who they play
that's
next
the
now?
problem with the wild card winner is you got to date with the number one, the best
tough.
team in the National League. So my pick. To defer from Scotty's, I'll take the Dodgers, Yankees. I think that's probably, the ratings people, that's what their pick is. So that'd be the best, LA versus New York. And that'd be cool. Cardinals came from behind to defeat the Braves tonight, 7-6. Cardinals are the most mysterious playoff team I've ever seen. I can't name anybody on their team, and they're just good. So yeah, that was our talking baseball. Zach,
is Donaldson still with the Dodgers or no? Is Donaldson still with the Dodgers?
Who? Josh Donaldson?
Donaldson?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Great question. Was he ever? He's with the Braves.
Wow,
the Braves. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was on MLB Live.
MLB Show. He was on MLB The Show with the Blue Jays. That was his team. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's what threw me off. I don't think he's ever been a Dodger.
We're really big MLB fans.
Yeah, he's never been a Dodger. He was a Brave, but I get where you're. Yeah.
All right, well, that's hand up. That's
okay.
me.
Zach, what's your World Series fearless prediction for your World Series?
Braves and the A's.
Why not?
Right.
The A's
are already out.
Oh, are they done?
They're done. So do you want the Rays
they lost
and the
last
Braves?
Yeah, I like Tampa.
I do too.
You would. I don't mind Tampa.
They have the lowest. Yeah. They have the lowest cap in all of MLB, and the second worst is $20 million.
Well, what would be great is that the Rays are like the playoff team. They won 96 games, and they can't get anyone to go to their games. So I'd love for a World Series game to be in Tampa and be like oh my God, are they really not about to fill this stadium?
Sell out. Yeah. I mean, they will. Come on, it's the World Series.
I don't know.
I mean, you really don't think in Tampa?
No, it absolutely.
Really, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to look at it.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get an odds thing on if Zach were to be right.
Bet Tampa and
Atlanta. Because if you
put
$30
if you put a bet in there,
it's on. I can go check.
It'd probably be like $30K.
Or they only do.
Well,
week by week.
It's not. It's not going to be available because there's baseball games going on right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, but I would guess that's a very pretty penny. Okay.
So Oakland had 97 wins and they
guys.
Already.
Yeah, 1-game playoff. They were in the same.
They're in the wild card.
They were in the same division as the Astros.
Oh, they got 7. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Right, continuing with our doghouse of the week, broke people. broke people doghouse of the week, probably me, hand up.
That's not very nice.
Well, I don't ever see myself, paying $200 to $250 to take an Uber helicopter in Manhattan to JFK.
Oh, you're the broke. Oh, you're broke.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. That's on me.
I get it.
Who has the ball?
Yeah. So then also Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, just because. Everyone's just like, yeah, I'm unhappy, and Kirk Cousins just like the
I'm
South
sorry.
Like, I'm sorry.
Missed you on a wide open 40-yard pass. Sorry.
Oopsies.
All right.
Yeah. Now what? And Diggs is like, what did Diggs say today in a press conference? They're like, did you? He's like, did you request a trade? And he's like, there's probably truth to everything. Well, I'm not speaking on that.
Truth to all rumors.
Yeah, it's like there's truth to all rumors. It's like, so is there truth to the rumor that you wanted to be traded? He's like, I just answered that. I'm like, so
I'm not
you wanted
speaking
to be
on that.
He's like, yeah, so you did want to be traded. And he's like, I already said, like, there's truth to all rumors. Like, okay, so you did. He's like, I'm not speaking on that. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
who wears their hoodie like that too? Where it's like scrunched all the way up to his mouth. Did you guys see his press? Did you actually view his like press conference?
I saw it.
I just don't think it was to end up like Jalen Ramsey in that situation where it's like it just did not work out the way he wanted it to with requesting a
I mean, it still could work out for Jalen Ramsey. He'll probably get paid either way.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter what Jalen Ramsey does, he'll get paid.
All right, Scotty, who's your doghouse?
My doghouse is Jay Gruden.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, he went on the radio this week, and I guess the radio announcer, it was probably some dink in Washington asking him. I know you've probably been, I've been hearing about this.
That sounds like vaguely a racial slur.
Yeah, that's I might be offended.
I mean, have you guys ever seen the show Doug? That's what they call me. He's like, yay, dink.
All right, go on.
Yeah, it's probably some dude in Washington. Yes. Sit down, buckle up, because Jay Gruden doesn't have a plan at quarterback. He said that, or the radio announcer, I guess it was, asked him. He's like, what's your plan for that quarterback? He's like, I guess we don't have one. I don't think it's like we don't have one. Well, I guess I'll just go to 1 p.m.
Zack and Jenna are dinks.
Oh, why's that?
Because the definition is like a well-working couple that has no kids.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
But the Urban Dictionary just says
shut the fuck up, dink.
Someone who's an idiot.
Okay. Well, okay. So Zack and Jenna, you both time. But yeah, with Jay Gruden, it works into our theory that like it's hard to game plan for multiple quarterbacks. So
yeah, true.
If Dwayne Haskins is the guy, then you could just put 4 guys at the line of scrimmage and stop all the screens.
Don't even put a secondary out there.
Exactly. Just
put one free safety. Put one free safety out there.
Yeah. Just put 11 guys near the line of scrimmage, have a safety roaming, and Haskins will overthrow to that safety for a couple picks, and then he'll tweet about like a 10-yard out route that he threw and be like, always on my grind.
Fire emoji.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I can spin it.
He is in the NFL. That's not easy.
Hot take, Zack.
I know New York is struggling that they didn't draft me.
Yeah. All right, now to the meat and potatoes of our pod. It's NFL Shuffle. You guys are going to give a reason why you dislike this team.
The Thanksgiving of our pod.
It could be because of something this year, or it could be something from the past that you didn't like. Just run with it. Run with it, and tell me what your beef is with this team. Scotty, give me a number.
25.
25. They're Washington Redskins.
Wow.
Lot to unpack.
That's pretty great. Yeah, a lot to unpack. I actually love them because they took Case Keenum, and their fans can relate. And Case Keenum didn't go 2-2; he went 0-4, and it was full mid-season Case Keenum from the very start, and you just gotta love it. I hate him because Dwayne Haskins, and the hype is, he's not gonna pan out, and the hype is too big for Dwayne Haskins.
Right. I don't like the Redskins just because who has like Colt McCoy's
you mean
been
the
their
R
backup.
words?
Yeah, Mo, hand up. That's on me.
Yeah, that's on both of us.
Who has Colt McCoy as the backup for like 5 years? That's just weird to
Browns?
me.
How long did they have him?
3, but he was a starter. He was he's a 3rd round pick, but
Has he been anywhere else? Was it just those 2 teams?
can you guys name the team that he was with in 2013 for 1 year?
Jets?
No.
Jags.
Colt McCoy for 1 year.
No.
Oh
Texans.
man, not the Jags. Was it AFC or NFC?
NFC.
Okay.
Not the Cowboys,
Cardinals?
not the
No.
Eagles, not the Giants, not the. Oh man.
I'm going to see
All
if
right.
he...
San
if he-
Francisco?
Yes.
There we go.
San Francisco.
Really?
It took about 12 tries.
He played 4 games, and he was good for the 49ers. 1 for 1 for 13 yards. So, 100% completion percentage.
And he really handed that ball off like nobody's business.
A rating of 118.7. He must have taken some kneel downs because his rushing numbers took a hit. 6
Dang.
carries for -6. That's tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Gurley fumble?
Yeah, he sure did.
Just
Wow. Gurley.
I know, dude.
Gurley fries. What are you doing,
I already
baby?
declared him bike. All right. That's tough. The
What
Rams
is
are...
you doing?
what are you doing, sweetie? God, Aaron Donald. All right.
Okay.
He just busted the line every play. But, okay. Doghouse of the Week. In the books. TNF Talk. Books. For your reference. Dunzo. Great debate. We don't have it. NFL Shuffle. Keep it going. Zach, give me a number.
5.
5. Tennessee Titans.
They wasted McNair's career.
Wow.
And they ruined who was that?
R.I.P. Jake Locker.
Yeah, that's so Yes, that's what I said. Who's the Washington quarterback that was there? Like I thought he was gonna do a lot. I thought
He was
gonna translate
good.
Well.
He had like a coming out game against the Chargers 1 week in Tennessee, and he looked like the next dude. Like he looked good.
Why are you money signing, Zach? That's bad for you.
I get fantasy
Who
points.
cares? All right. With the Titans, Titans.
Kerry Collins
Kerry-
overrated.
Kerry Collins, I liked just because like he was defining the odds, leading them to that big season where they fell short in the playoffs. I'm mad they didn't win a Super Bowl with McNair and Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
Because I love Jeff Fisher. There's nothing to hate about
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher unless like he coached your team.
Yeah.
So I'm
Is
mad.
there anything more
Rams
beautiful
fan.
in a segue?
What's that?
As a segue, is there anything more beautiful than a rainbow deep ball by Russell Wilson? Because he had one to Metcalf, he just had another one to Disley. And dude, I just can't, like, I could watch these all
This
day.
guy
They're
put
just
him
like
in
so
the- in the
perfect.
back.
Yeah,
basket
like
so
if Russell
well.
Wilson
He put him
bankrupts
in the
me,
bucket.
it's fine. I mean,
Dude.
it was a little underthrown. I don't know how Disley caught
I mean, not
that.
really.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that was perfect.
It was a great throw. Disley's the guy. I'm actually playing Disley in fantasy, but we don't care. I care, but I don't care. All right, someone give me a number.
All right, Shelby, you do number 2.
Oh, thanks. Easy. The Rams. Right now, I already said
Yeah.
they were winning this game, and now they're down 14-6, just fumbled, and now the Seahawks are driving. Elsewhere, I'm mad that the Rams stopped the Titans at the 1-yard line because the Titans didn't win a Super Bowl. This is too easy.
Yeah.
I'm mad that Sam Bradford was hurt all the time. I'm mad they left St. Louis.
Mad they didn't beat the Patriots.
I'm
Kurt
not
Warner?
mad. I'm mad that
Who cared more, St. Louis fans that they were leaving St. Louis, San Diego fans when they were leaving
St.
San
Louis,
Diego
for
to
sure.
LA?
St. Louis definitely.
Because not San Diego. It's like 3 hours from LA.
Right, St. Louis across another time zone.
Okay, well, how about
Cleveland
okay,
cared the most.
in between? I mean, you could argue that Cleveland like didn't even exist until this year, but who would be more mad at St. Louis for leaving? St. Louis fans for leaving St. Louis to go to LA, or if Cincinnati Bengals left Cincinnati and went to like I don't know, Texas.
I think at this point they'd be like, okay.
Yeah, St. Louis fans would be more mad because
If you're
Seriously?
Cincinnati, you're like, we could just get ourselves a new team. Thank God we are done with the Brown family.
no, I don't think the Bengals would ever have another franchise. Cincinnati would.
Yeah,
have
me
another
neither.
franchise.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It'd be
Cleveland could
over.
get a
It'd be
second
donezo
one.
for good.
No, Cleveland.
Cincinnati.
That's one of the marquee blue blood NFL franchises. But with the Bengals, they've had so many run-ins with the city about the sweetheart deal that Mike Brown got for that stadium that the taxpayers are so mad at.
The Bengals could realistically leave in the next 10 years, and that's just a fact.
Yeah, I mean every team with a stadium lease ending could leave. That's a fact.
How sad?
I mean, not really.
That'd be pretty sad. What do you mean, not really? There could be disputes all across the board. I mean,
I mean, there's sure money, like someone's gonna come do a deal, but with Cincinnati, there's like not the attendance is low, and it's like definitely way more likely that the Cincinnati moves.
Right, I know it's more likely, but you said there's a possibility. There's a possibility for any stadium lease ending in the next decade that they could not renew or something. All right.
Yeah, but you're just spinning that.
If you asked me the odds, I would say the Bengals have a better chance of other teams, but you said.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But there's a chance. Like there's a chance for all these. All right, Scotty, pick another number. We're each gonna do one more.
21. Or no, actually, let me rephrase. I'm gonna do 29 plus 8.
Teaser. Ravens.
Where to begin?
Oh, Zack's a fan. Enough said.
Running back and quarterback.
Lamar Jackson.
Mile High Miracle.
Their running back, their running back is a quarterback. Mile High Miracle. Joe Flacco's deep bomb that now I have to root for him. There's a lot. There's a lot for the Ravens. I love him for Lee Evans though. And who was their kicker that missed that
Billy Cundiff.
kick? Zack. Yeah, I just love that Zack has to say his name.
I'm mad that a murderer went out on top by winning a Super Bowl against the 49ers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'm mad that they won a Super Bowl in 2000, but I'm not mad because that like Browns fans take credit for that Super Bowl because they're like grasping at straws. They're like, that should have been us.
Yeah, that's
it's
hilarious.
like, okay, that's kind of funny. Yeah, but they're a division rival, so easy to hate. All right, Zach, pick a number.
19.
12. Cowboys.
Oof. America's team. Says who?
Since when?
Yeah.
Like three playoff wins since '95, since their last Super Bowl, and but they still they could be. It's like the best example is 2015. That was when like Kellen Moore was their quarterback the majority of the year. Romo was hurt. They beat the Giants week 1, like a miracle win because Eli Manning threw the ball out of bounds and Romo let him back. Witten caught a touchdown to win it. But it's like the whole year the Cowboys were losing each week, and they were like 2-5, 3-7, and every week it's like the Cowboys could still win the division because the division's that bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everyone chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought Kellen Moore, though, from 2015 would be an offensive coordinator in 2019? That's kind of crazy. Comeback story, kid of the year.
No, that is definitely a crazy story.
Jerry Jones, you don't need to be the GM. I think for the longest time, he needs to give up those reins. So they could have done so much better, in my opinion, if he would have given up the reins a long time
Well, I mean, they are right in the hunt right this year for a Super Bowl.
They just lost to Teddy Bridgewater.
Seahawks.
So do the Seahawks.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. Give me a number. 10. Patriots.
10.
Here's the thing.
Man.
I don't mind that they're great every year.
I know
I
you
appreciate the greatness. I guess you could.
Yeah,
I guess you could say
they're glory hogs.
I guess you could say like the whole. Even though I won money on it, the whole like they were underdogs against the Chiefs last year. They're just like bet against us. Like, oh yeah, the big underdog story is the Patriots. Yeah. Like, yeah, keep playing up that angle. I guess like that was kind of annoying. Julian Edelman, great on the field, cornball off it.
Aaron Hernandez.
Well, that's a given.
Well, if you could say it about Ray Lewis, I could say it about Aaron Hernandez.
Zach, why don't you just go right for the throat?
Yeah, Zach goes for the jugular, and I kind of respect it. But obviously, I don't buy Deflategate at all.
No.
But like Spygate, come on, you know, there's like people forget there's like a 10-year window where the Patriots didn't win a Super Bowl. From the Eagles game they won to Russell Wilson's pick 6, they didn't win a Super Bowl from 04 to 14.
Yeah, and that was great because it's like it gave everyone else a chance, but they haven't not been in the AFC Championship game. Like I would love to see last year I would have loved to see I don't know who did the Chargers and Chiefs, I guess. I really would have loved to see
that's
that.
I kind of got that too because there are times where I wish I would have watched Steelers Chiefs. But
it's like I watched the whole year and get excited, and then it's like you're supposed to live up to the AFC Championship game.
Right, but it's
I'm not saying the AFC Championship game wasn't great this year.
Right, it was amazing game.
But I'm saying it was a great game. But it's like you play who's playing the Patriots this year? Like, why even play the whole season?
Right, and now it's
just kind of it gets annoying.
Aren't we on a crash course for Chiefs Patriots again in the AFC Championship game?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that?
Can you imagine how what life is like to be if you were like say our age and you're a Bills, Jets, or Dolphins fan? Can you imagine how? Because at least Shelby, you and I it's always.
I had this discussion. I was like, if you were a Bills, Dolphins, Jets fan, it's like you haven't got a home playoff game since Brady came in. That's terrible.
Wow.
Missed the field goal. Rams ball.
Let's go. Under.
Good for the under, Zach.
Hey, you know what though? You know what?
Myers?
I was thinking about this the other day too.
I think that's my kicker.
But think about how.
Sorry, go ahead.
Zach, that's a weird flex to put to include.
We just missed a field goal.
You know what will keep you? You know what will keep your hopes up?
What's that?
Is think about 2016, right? Take yourself back all the way to 2016, 3 years ago, and think about how bad and not good and just like no future. Like the future looks so dim for the Rams,
Right.
in LA. I mean, it looks so bad. I mean, they had Gurley, who was okay because he like only had a second year in the league, but they didn't have an offensive line. They had no defense, no stars. Jared Goff looked terrible the 7 games he played. I mean, god awful.
They had Donald and Gurley.
and then
That's it.
they did have Donald.
Yeah.
They had Donald, who was recognized, but like he didn't really have a chance to showcase, his greatness. But I'm saying, like the way they turned that around and they got to the Super Bowl 2 years later.
Right. That's what now everyone's
you just gotta
chasing
think,
that.
a team could be in the depths. Yeah, your team could be in the depths,
Well, right,
man.
just-
And they could the very next year sign some players and get right back in.
Take the Bills for instance. Last year at week 2, this is the worst team in football,
Nathan
and
Peterman.
Vontae Davis is retiring at halftime, and
True,
now they're
right,
now
yeah.
just last week they were on the doorstep of beating the Patriots to go 4-0. As you know, it is, but. Like I mentioned, but that 15 years were like, well, we're not winning the division this year. that's awful.
Right.
But that is
that's
tough.
really bad.
But yeah, that's a good one. But like I said, I don't hate the Patriots, but I can appreciate greatness. But I can see where it gets stale a little bit. It's like I appreciate the Patriots, but I'm lying if I said I wouldn't have minded to see the Rams and Chiefs last year.
Yeah.
After that regular season game,
that would
I
have
think
been
everyone's
fun.
kind of there.
That would've
All right,
been real
guys.
fun.
Now we keep it on. Keep on. We're going to Zach's NFL Lock of the Week of the Century. Here, here's a for your reference, because if you're not tailing Zach right now, this is what you're missing out on. Week 1, Tennessee moneyline, check. Seattle. Week 2, moneyline against Pittsburgh, check. Week 3, missed with the Redskins against the Bears. Last week, Tampa Bay +9, check. Could have done money line. It would have been if you put $30. Started week 1 putting $30 on Zach's picks, you would be at $140.07 right now.
Wow.
So it's
Zach.
it's your own fault that you're not tailing him. So Zach, tell the listeners you're 3-1. Tell the listeners what pick's going to get you to 4-1.
The pressure's on him. The pressure's on him. There's no way he hits.
Because Zach, here's the thing about 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to go 4-1.
Yeah, it's easy to go 3-2.
That's the thing.
Please tell that to the Chargers this weekend.
If you're 3-1, Zach, if you get to 4-1, if you get to 3-1 and go to 3-2, you're just a game above 500.
Right.
But you could be 3 games above 500, and it's hard to win in gambling. You could be 3 games up of 500 and be like set for a winning year, or you could just be right back there to close to 500, and you're just a regular gambler.
Yeah.
Zach, know when to quit, but this is your job, so give us it.
And Zach, you have to bet these too. I think you should.
Actually,
just a single.
Betting them?
One
Okay.
unit. One unit.
It's ridiculous.
One
Single
unit
digit,
play. One unit play.
Gotcha. I'm taking. Now, are y'all ready for this? I am taking the New York Football Giants money line.
Wow.
Back on the money line train.
Oh my gosh. Giants money line.
And just so before we forget,
Who are they playing?
Playing the Vikings.
That line.
I like it.
That line.
I
That
like
line has shrunk.
Mm-hmm.
That opened at 6. It is down to 4.5.
Is it 4.5?
Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him at 4.5 right now.
So you're really with the public
still
right now.
+5.
Okay, well, we're different books.
Right.
We don't book drop.
Okay, fine. Well,
but yeah, that has really shrunk.
We don't book drop here.
But if you would have taken that maybe 3 days ago, your money, it's plus 175 now, but it had to have been in the twos just a few days ago. But, it seems like you're going with the public here, so we'll see how it plays out.
Zach, I like it. I really do like the Moneyline Giants. I think Daniel Jones, the range. I mean, he's got some confidence now. He's 2-0. I mean, he's going against a vulnerable team.
The bet is locked.
I like it.
It's in there.
Especially with if they can just stop the run and make Kirk Cousins throw. I don't think they got the scheme to throw it.
The problem is that Kirk Cousins is still on my fantasy team.
It is time for Boardwalk. We need a song, Zach.
Let's walk the board.
We need a
song, Zach.
Song for Boardwalk.
God, give me a record.
Yeah. Okay. But we have Scotty, me, and Nathan. And Nathan has texted in his picks. We'll get him back next Thursday. So here's how it works. We'll give you 4 games on the slate. Then we give a bonus pick that we're, another game we haven't touched on that you might like. And then we have our lock of the week. And now we're going to keep records throughout the week. We still need punishments for these records. That's one thing I need to get on.
Yeah.
But overall,
if we had people interacting with us on social media, we would love to have someone send in there some consequences.
Right. We do have lock of the week records. Nathan is 2-0. He gave you the Lions in week 3 and the Browns last week. Scotty, you were 0-2. You gave the Chiefs last week and the Broncos before that. I am 1-1. I picked the Steelers against the 49ers and won, and then last week had the Patriots lost on a Steven Gostkowski missed extra point.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So, your lock of the week.
Yes, sir.
Can't I just pick, last week, could I have picked the Patriots money line? No, I mean, you can't really do that, right? The lock has to be a spread.
Absolutely, or an over-under.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
We're not going to be like, that's
should have been Tennessee, Atlanta, Scotty.
That's a cop-out. That's,
Jeez, I know, and I picked Tennessee to win.
Yeah, it's like, if you did a money line...
My biggest wins came from, and I'm telling you, if you don't do this strategy, you're just gonna be by the wayside. When I'm telling you the strategy to make to make you at least break even, if not make money, is to parlay the underdogs. If you haven't done it, I don't know. I really don't know how I can help you.
That's how I thought about teasers until every single one of them lost last week.
I know. Ugh.
What? I mean, how many of them lost? You only lost because the Colts messed up so bad.
Exactly, because it's a 6-7 team teaser. You have one of those games, and they all messed up. And I guess that's a hand up on me for putting the same stuff. But, I mean, a lot of them were just Colts money line because I teased at 7 points. Missed.
I know. Some of them I was scared about because especially the Colts.
Yeah.
And that's why the underdog of the Raiders, the money line, works so well in my favor. Because if the Colts blow it by so much, I just have to wish for one of the Browns or the Titans to win, and they all did.
Okay.
So that's why you gotta have a backup, and I did.
All right, first game.
And I'm gloating in front of your face.
First game.
Shelby.
Heinz Field, 1:00. The Ravens at Pittsburgh. Classic AFC North clash between Lamar Jackson and Mason Rudolph, the two quarterbacks you've known to love over the years, battling it out.
The only worst matchup is Rudolph and Dalton.
All right, unnecessary cheap shot. Ravens.
Right.
Ravens minus. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, Ravens minus 3.5. Pittsburgh plus 3.5. Over unders 44.5. We'll go Scotty. Your pick first. We'll save Nathan's pick for the last.
Pittsburgh, man.
We'll
do it.
All right, sounds good. Do you think Joe Flacco and Ben Roethlisberger are just gonna FaceTime during this game for old time's sake?
I mean, why not? Joe Flacco's got nothing really going on until 4:00.
Not really that much at 4 o'clock either.
That's true.
And Ben Roethlisberger has to spend that time acting like he's fixing his mic so he can look like a freaking fake offensive coordinator. I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5. I don't think Mason Rudolph's any good. I think the Ravens offense and complete team is better. I do like Pittsburgh's defense, but I like the game plan that the Ravens run a little bit better, and I think they cover the -3.5 spread.
Pittsburgh, I don't know because, that defense has a lot of first-rounders on it. They obviously look good against the Bengals, but the Bengals' offensive line is one of the worst in football.
Yeah, I won't even count that game because that offensive line was so bad. It's like historically bad. That's like something I would see with the Broncos, and it's just like so bad.
And then look at the other defensive performances by the Steelers before that. When they added Minka Fitzpatrick, they went to San Francisco, and they probably win the game if they had a more capable offense. Mason Rudolph didn't get going until late. But I like the Steelers at home here, plus the 3.5. Pittsburgh is a home underdog in the Mike Tomlin era. They cover 73% of the time. I think the Ravens defense, usually I like to go against the momentum and say the Ravens defense has bounced back. But overall, Kyler Murray moved the ball well against the Ravens in between, besides in the red zone where they kind of bogged down. And then obviously Mahomes had his way with the Ravens. And then last week the Browns, Nick Chubb running all over them. I think James Conner, Jalen Samuels is a sleeper play if you're into fantasy like we are. Conner's a little banged up, but I think the Steelers can maybe get some running success on the ground. So I'm taking the Steelers plus 3.5. Nathan agrees with me. He takes the Steelers plus 3.5. Scotty's on Baltimore. Second game.
So let's combat this and see who wins what if we've got different picks.
Well, I mean, this is going to be a season-long records thing, so we have to think of a...
okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got to think of...
We'll think of something.
Yeah, I mean...
So Zach and I came up with a...
$30?
I came up with it.
$30?
Shameful flex.
$30 each?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The loser has to give themselves a swirly.
How about that's in our snake picks? Because I don't think Nathan would have to agree to that. Snake picks, loser has to give himself a swirly. But I can't get water in my
I'm going to lose that, though.
You can't get water in your ear?
Yeah, that's a problem.
God, Shelby.
Don't
you go swimming?
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I can get water in my ear. But
okay.
I'm
You'd rather not.
If we are rewinding to 2012 Shelby could not get water in his ear. I'll tell you that now.
What would happen if you got water in your ear?
In 2012?
Yeah.
It would have just leaked wax.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
Oh, God.
It would have been so bad.
I remember meeting Shelby in 2012, and he was like skeptical to go swimming. He's like, I can't duck my head to play this water basketball
Scotty
game.
Did not know me in 2012.
Yeah,
2013.
2013 was when we went to college. Dingbat, you dink.
All right, we will have to think of something for the season long picks. I think it should be money. Like we each put in 25, winner gets 75.
Yeah, we'll discuss
We'll think about it.
Yeah.
I like the swirly idea for the snake picks. Okay, second game on the slate. We've already kind of touched on it because Zach was a part of it. Minnesota. This is going off the line we have now. 5.5 is what I saw it. It's obviously down to 4.5 now. Minnesota 5.5 at New York. New Jersey Giants 5.5. Over/unders 43.5. I'm gonna start with me. Scotty, I think I know which way you're leaning because of what you said about Zach's pick. But I think this is. Yeah. I know we banned the word. It's the REM, etc. word for the Vikings. The Giants' defense has been shredded this year, whether it be Dak Prescott or Josh Allen or.
But not Dwayne Haskins.
Not Dwayne Haskins. Not the Redskins were a mess. Or Jameis
Our
Winston.
words were a mess.
All three of those quarterbacks, Jameis Winston, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott had their way with the Giants. I think this is a good chance to get a get right game for the Vikings offense. Obviously, it goes through Dalvin Cook, but the whole storyline is this passing attack with Cousins and Thielen, or Cousins throwing to Thielen and Diggs, and I think that gets on track against a worse defense because you're going to Soldier Field, you're not going to have success. And it just got amplified with all the trade rumors and stuff. The Giants, this is the first real defense that Daniel Jones is going to see. He beat up on the Buccaneers, awful secondary. He beat up on the Redskins, terrible defense. This is his first real test. Saquon Barkley's not going to play. I think you lay the 5.5. I like the Vikings.
I think that you are not putting enough respect on Daniel Jones' name. He beat the Buccaneers. He went on to beat the Rams. And the Rams only lost. Oh, but I am doing it. Daniel Jones is on a pedestal. Giants plus 4.5. Enough said.
All right, you can. We have them right now. This is if we make it on the show. Like, say you bet the Giants right now at 4.5, you're getting them on the show at 5.5. So that works in your advantage. I'm just saying now.
That's fine. 5.5. Give me 5.5. Easy.
All right, Nathan. agrees with you, Scotty. He likes the Giants. He's riding the Daniel Jones hype train. So 5.5. All right, next game is 4 o'clock slate. Green Bay, marquee game on Fox. It's probably going to be, actually, Tony Romo and Jim Nantz are calling the Broncos-Chargers game and not the Packers-Cowboys. Kind of odd. But Aaron Rodgers in Dallas.
Well, that's reserved for what? Who? Joe Buck? The Cowboys game?
Probably. And Aikman.
Yuck.
All right. Yuck and Buck.
NFC, AFC.
Okay.
Yuck and Buck.
Packers. Aikman and Romo do a broadcast together.
Like, no, I was the more overrated quarterback in Dallas. No, I was. Okay. Packers are plus 3.5. Over-unders at 47. Scotty, your pick.
I'm taking Green Bay plus 3.5 solely because of that meme where what was the meme with the Packers? The Packers fan is in the Dallas crowd, and he's just like, LOL, they celebrating with 3:50 or 3:35 left on the clock in the fourth quarter, and there's like a timestamp or there's a score stamp, and
like a minute 30
Packers are down by 3. Yeah, a minute 30, and they went down and scored. But that's not only it. Aaron Rodgers always plays well in Dallas. And he always does, and Dallas plays well in Green Bay too. But I just think Aaron Rodgers loves to break hearts. He's a heartbreaker. Give me the Packers plus 3.5.
Especially Green Bay hearts.
Easy. That's easy.
Yep. Right there with you, Scotty. The last 2 games, obviously that playoff game in overtime, and then also in 2017, the 2017 season was where that meme was born. Packers went to Dallas and won outright. So yeah, the last 3 times, Rodgers has went into Jerry World, he's come out with a win, and I liked him plus 3.5. I don't know if Davante Adams is going to play or not.
Yeah, how much is that going to hurt if Davante Adams is out?
Yeah, well, his decision if he plays or not, that's probably worth a point, maybe a 1.5 in either way. But either side, I'm going to take Green Bay. I'm going to roll with the dog and Aaron Rodgers, and I'm here for Skip Bayless mentioning that playoff game during this game.
Oh, please.
So hopefully it comes down to a Mason Crosby game winner when, I don't know, that wouldn't come down to the spread, but that wouldn't affect the spread. But still, that'd be cool if Crosby won the game with a field goal that barely got inside the upright or something.
Yeah,
right.
plus 3.5.
Nathan likes Dallas, minus 3.5, by the way.
Yikes.
All right.
Well, Nathan is wrong,
yeah,
so.
I agree.
He's 2-0.
All right. Sunday Night Football, he's 2-0 on locks. Sunday Night Football, Indianapolis is plus 11 at Kansas City, minus 11. Over-under is at a whopping 56 points. I'll start.
Jeez.
Actually, no, Scotty, you start.
Dude, this was a tough one because I'm doing the spreads.
It's a great line.
It's a great. They finally are putting respect on Kansas City, even though they're only 2-2 in their spreads.
Yeah.
They're giving them a double digit. So you know what? I'm gonna go because it's Mahomes' second time playing in a dome in 2 weeks, and he just first played in the dome in the regular season last week.
Hot take: it's not in Indianapolis; it's in Kansas City, not in a dome.
I retract exactly what I said. It's Mahomes at home. So obviously I'm taking the Chiefs minus 11, not the Colts plus 11. I just think in Kansas City on Sunday night, that's too big of a task for the Colts and Jacoby Brissett. I think I would even like to take the over in that case because I think that Jacoby Brissett and the Colts will be down the entire game.
Okay, I go the opposite here. I go Indy plus 11. And I would actually, if we were betting it, which we're not, these aren't official picks with the over, you're over with the Chiefs game. I would lean under because I think the Chiefs, the Colts, the only way that they're in this game is to shorten it by running Marlon Mack, Hines, whoever it is, early and often. I like Indy plus 11, double-digit favorite. The Chiefs, as much as I thought their defense was revamped, kind of been picked apart the last couple weeks. Going to take Colts plus 11 and hope Jacoby Brissett covers with a late touchdown. I could see this game being...
Hilton back? Is he back?
I would think Hilton's back. That would really weigh into my decision because the Colts offense looked...
Yeah, so here's the thing. I have it written down, actually. I would take the Colts plus 11 on one condition only, and that's if Malik Hooker, Darius Leonard, and T.Y. Hilton play, because that's big.
What's the status update on that?
I know Darius Leonard Darius Leonard should play. I know Malik Hooker's injury was a little bit more serious. I think it was his knee or his leg, so he might be out a couple more. My knee. He might be out a couple more weeks. Darius Leonard only had a concussion, but he's missed 2 games from it, so he should be back this week. I don't know about T.Y. Hilton. You guys seem to know more about that.
Yeah, so...
But remember when the Bengals went into Indy last year? That's what I'm looking at right now. I see a similar game. I don't think Indy's a bad team, just like I didn't think the Bengals last year were a bad team. I just think Indy at home in prime time.
They're not at home.
At -11 is a great line.
They're not at home.
I'm sorry. Kansas City at home is a great at home -11 in prime time. Kansas City at home. Kansas City at home. Oh, Kansas City, it's at home. Take -11. Kansas City, it's at home in prime time.
All right, so I'm going to flip and take Kansas City, and it's because of this injury report. Looking at it, T.Y. Hilton was limited in practice today with a quad. Malik Hooker, Tyquan Lewis, and Marlon Mack all did not practice today, along with Jabil Sheard, defensive end.
Shed?
No, there's an R in there.
I don't know.
Sure. Either way, they have 6 or 7 guys that did not practice. So I'm going to go with probably half of them don't play. But the biggest thing is Hooker in the secondary against Mahomes. Tyreek Hill could be back. I don't think he is, but it doesn't matter because the Chiefs still have those explosive weapons.
That's big,
too.
So
I am going to go with Kansas City, lay the 11 points. That's a game where you could talk me in.
That's tough, but I'm taking it.
You could talk me into maybe buying a 1.5, but the odds go down. I'm not. I do this with the Chiefs. I thought single-digit Chiefs were free money the last 2 weeks. It's bit me really bad. But
yeah, dude, I will continue to take the Chiefs, man. They put up points. I can never not respect what they can put up. And Shelby, I appreciate you giving us the Colts money injury updates of the week.
Like Cooper
Cup's got his own money, or maybe it's his hammy. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, that's tough. But anytime Kansas City's on the field, I'm like, well, they could score on this play. Yeah. and then they're covering. They're one play away from covering all the time. Because anytime Mahomes throws deep, I'm like, well, there's a touchdown. Maybe that's too immature, but I'm gonna switch it. I got the info, and I'm making the pick. Okay, Scotty. Nathan also agrees. So consensus all around, we're laying the 11, taking the Chiefs. Scotty, your bonus pick. Go.
All right, I got 2, and I'll make it short. I promise.
I'm
taking
one.
the Jaguars.
You have to pick one.
Come on.
You have to
pick
pick
bonus?
One.
It's a bonus for a bonus.
You have a bonus and a lock. You have 6 picks. It's Scotty's not following directions pick of the week.
That happens every week.
Yeah, it really does.
Jaguars plus 3.5 against the Panthers. And you know what money line, or you know what game I hate and it plays into this, is because the Falcons lost to the Panthers last week, and so I won't touch the Falcons. Damn it. I'm messing up. The Falcons or the Texans lost to the Panthers last week, so I won't touch the Falcons-Texans game this week because those are the 2 hardest teams to predict. So I'm taking the Jags plus 3.5 against the Panthers because I don't really think the Panthers, and I still don't believe in Kyle Allen. There's no R at the end of his name, so how can you trust him? You just can't trust him unless his name has the R at the end of Kyle. You can't trust a Kyle in the NFL. Yeah. He's due. He's gonna get sacked. J.J. Watt is gonna sack him every other day of the week. When he is, where Kyle Allen escaped by ducking last week. I just think that Jags plus 3.5. I'll ride the Minshew train. They cover this week. That's my bonus.
I like that bonus. I love Jacksonville this week. Yeah, that's good.
What are you laughing at?
Todd Gurley
touchdown, and then we did some hand signals that became really sexual.
Oh.
Yeah, just your typical
Okay,
Thursday
I was self-conscious.
No, was not laughing at you.
I was self-conscious because I thought you were making
No, you're good. I like your pick. And the Nathan's not here, so he can't give this. But that Atlanta-Houston game would be a great pick for Nathan's not touching that with a 10-foot pole pick. Because I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, really? Yeah.
All right.
It really... Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, those 2 teams, I'm so sick of them, even though the Houston has won me money and they've never really lost it besides last week when I picked them -5.
In any game.
Right. Okay.
I mean, Atlanta won me and Shelby a lot of money, and then we just gave up on it because we should have.
My bonus pick is Buffalo, Tennessee, under 38. This is a team. This is This is Jacksonville, Tennessee, Thursday night. Game ended 20-7. Both of these teams probably going to score in the teens this week. Don't know if Josh Allen's going to play. So Matt Barkley versus Marcus Mariota. You look at Marcus Mariota's past performances against the Bills. It was like 13-12 last time. So yeah, I love the under in here. Even though it's super low, it kind of throws people off. Under 38. I'm banking on both of these teams scoring in the teens. Love it.
Who's the Jets play?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Eagles. Nathan's bonus pick is the Jets.
Okay, I was gonna
Plus
say.
13.5. His rationale is that the Eagles are laying a lot of points at minus 13.5 against for the Eagles in a game where a lot of their games are really close and they don't win a lot of blowout games at least recently. But maybe a lot of that hinges on if Sam Darnold plays or not.
Right.
But anyway, Scotty, now this is your 6th pick. It is your lock of the week, which you are 0-2 in.
My lock of the week, I am 0-2 in my lock of the week. I'm going to bet this though, and it's going to be my number 1 pick. But you know why? But it's not even because I'm 0-2. It's not even because I'm so sure of it. Because this board, dude, is so tough. I had a hard time realistically coming up with a lock of the week.
Yep.
I don't know, Shelby. Did you have the same issue?
No, I really like mine actually. But you probably
okay.
won't.
Well, fuck me then. Cardinals +3.
Okay.
I really like that. I think that I don't know. I looked at that offensive line for Cincinnati. It didn't look good. I think, if Kyler Murray going to Cincinnati, that's the perfect game for him to win. That's the perfect game for him to win his first NFL game. Yeah. And I'm taking Kyler Murray in Cincinnati with the Cardinals +3.5.
That's an over. I like.
Sorry, +3. Might tease it. Might tease it a little.
Absolutely tease that. Put airs
to +2.5.
Yeah.
I like it +3 as my.
Come on, man.
Started it. Might tease that. 3, 2, 1.
I might tease that though.
Okay. To what?
Because it's a 2.5. Just a half point.
Why?
Just so that if they win, if Cincinnati wins by a field goal at the last second, then I'm safe.
You wouldn't be safe
But
though.
my lock.
If you're at 2.5 and Cincinnati wins by a field goal, you wouldn't be safe. You would tease it to 3.5.
Right. I'm gonna start this over again.
Run.
All right, go whenever.
I might tease that though.
You're not teasing it. You're buying
because
points.
I might buy a point. I might buy a half point for the Cardinals. I might go 3.5 just in case I'll be safe if the Bengals win by a field goal or what have you. I think that. But my official lock is the Cardinals +3. Shelby, give me your lock.
That's an over. I like. If you look at fantasy sites all over the place, they are saying start Kyler Murray, start Andy Dalton. And I tend to agree, even though John Ross is out and obviously AJ Green. My lock is the Bears -5.5 against Oakland in London. Chicago started 0-2 against the spread. They bounced back to 2-2 against the spread. Chase Daniel playing might be addition by subtraction for the Bears because Mitch Trubisky has not been good besides the Tampa Bay game, and we all know Tampa Bay's defense. Well, you see it with Oakland. Khalil Mack, obviously, I think will wreak havoc on the Raiders, along with that entire... Roquan Smith is back after that personal issue game where he missed against the Vikings. The Raiders are...
Is he back? I don't think he's back,
dude. He said he's playing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
The Raiders are missing Vontaze Burfict, obviously. And then on Thursday, they have injury issues. Did not practice Cleveland Farrell, their first-round pick. Gabe Jackson, their offensive guard. And Tyrell Williams, their best receiver, who's had a touchdown in every game this season. Raiders extremely limited on offense. Josh Jacobs is also banged up. He returned to practice. J.J. Nelson, another receiver, was limited. Dwayne Harris, another receiver, he was limited. Roquan Smith back. The Bears defense at full strength, really, against a Raiders team limited with their weapons. I think the Raiders barely scratch 13 or 14 points in this game. I think the Bears win by double digits.
Wow. Good luck. We'll see how it works out for you.
Nathan's lock, by the way, is New Orleans -3.5 at home against Tampa Bay. He's going against momentum here, saying that I think his reasoning was that if the Saints can lock up the Cowboys' offense, they can lock up the Buccaneers' one-sided offense with Jameis Winston.
I'm starting Jameis Winston against them.
Oh, you are? Okay, well, we'll see. It's different in the Dome. Teddy Bridgewater, I don't really know. He's winning games, but it's not impressive at all. But
Zach, if you're gonna let Nathan's lock of the week determine your fantasy plays,
he is 2-0. Nathan's 2-0.
He loses his lock and he loses to me because of Jameis Winston.
Yikes!
All right, so we'll see how those picks go. Last but not least, we'll do our NFL picks snake draft. It is Scotty going first because, like, every week he's like, I've never gone first, even though he has before.
I've never gone first.
But now you're going first.
Find me the episode.
Now you're going first for the second time. Scotty, you are 11-5. You are 11-5. Zach, you are 9-7.
Yikes!
I am 13-3. It's not a humble brag. It's just a fact. All right, Scotty, with your first pick, you are taking. This is just straight up. No betting, no spreads.
New England over Washington.
Easy number one pick. I love it. Explain yourself, even though it's easy.
What do I got to do? Jay Gruden doesn't even know who he's starting. Enough said.
There you go. Zach, your first overall pick. Your first round pick, second overall.
Right.
Good radio right now.
Shit. I'm going to go Chiefs over Colts.
Come on, Zach. You don't have this prepared.
Chiefs over the Colts. Give your rationale.
All right.
Because it's the Chiefs. And they're -11.
All right.
At home.
My first round pick, third overall, is
Follow the bookie there. Tough game.
My first pick is the Eagles beating the Jets. They are 13.5-point favorites at home. Sam Darnold, he has the risk of rupturing his spleen. His quote today was, "I don't want to die." Good lesson in life in general. So I'm taking the Eagles. Don't think they'll cover that probably, but like you said, no betting involved in this. This is just straight up. My second pick is my lock, really. The Bears over the Raiders in London.
Oh, man.
Bears over the Raiders in London. Khalil Mack might have 3 sacks. It'll be a good story. I'm kind of mad this game isn't at 9:30 in the morning, but the next London game is. Explain yourself, NFL. Why do you have 10 games at 1 o'clock this week and only 2 at 4? That's just messed up. There's no bailouts.
Yeah.
Okay. Bears over the Raiders. Zach, your second round selection.
Go with the sure thing. The Packers over the Cowboys.
Wow.
Okay.
He said I'll go with the sure thing.
All right. Explain your rationale.
They're undefeated in Jerry World in the last, long time. So
you can't get this expert analysis anywhere else,
you
folks. All right, Scotty, you have 2 straight picks.
All right, and you said Nathan took as his lock. He has Dallas over Green Bay.
No, Nathan has Scotty not following directions. Lock of the week. Saints. Nathan's lock is the Saints. Nathan's not in this segment.
That's right. No, I know. I just wanted to be sure. I attach points to every game, and I have the 2 points on that game for the Saints. So the second lock I'm going to take is I'm going to take the Chargers over the Broncos.
Okay.
Not the lock, but my snake draft. And the second one, as I roll back around into the third round, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb, and I'm going to go ahead and say Arizona over Cincinnati, even though it's not big of a limb, but I'm going to take that.
All right, Zach, your third round selection.
Saints over Buccaneers.
Riding Teddy Bridge.
I like Saints defense. I think they pick off Jameis Winston at least a couple times.
Okay, I'm going against Zach's moneyline pick. I'm taking the Vikings. I feel strongly that their defense is going to cause trouble for Daniel Jones. Even Wayne Gallman is questionable for this game. Saquon's going to be out. The Vikings can get right. Vikings can get right offensively. All it takes is a trip to New Jersey to do it. So I'm taking the Vikings over the Giants. And for my final pick, I don't want to touch it, but I think I have to touch it. Tough games left on the board, but I'm gonna go ahead and take Houston over Atlanta, just because I can't do the Atlanta thing anymore. They're on the road against Houston. Houston going against momentum. These two teams, both of them laid major eggs at home last week. And I think Houston is more likely to bounce back than the Falcons' Dan Quinn hot seat. RPO golf, incomplete. All right, Zach, your last pick.
You don't really leave me with much, do you?
Well, you took Green Bay.
I don't want to touch the Ravens-Steelers game. I don't want to touch Browns-Niners, so I guess I'm going to go with Panthers over Jaguars.
Okay. Way to explain your pick.
All right.
Scotty, last one.
All right, Zach, I would have touched Cleveland if it was taking, and I would have had Cleveland over San Francisco, but since you are a fan and biased, I'm taking Baltimore over Pittsburgh as my last lock.
I hope so.
Pick of the week.
Okay, there it is.
That's happening. There it is.
There it is.
Baltimore over Pittsburgh, lock it in.
Okay, there we have them. Four picks down. We'll see how we fare.
Zach slips below 500 next week.
Yeah, Zach got ramrodded last week. He is 4 games out of first place. Scotty is 2. The loser has to give.
Wait, is there a more Zach stat than being 3-1 in his locks, but almost under 500 in his snake draft sure things of the week?
Yeah, absolutely. There's not. That sums it up about.
There really isn't.
All right, we will see how these locks fared when we catch up with you guys early next week on the Hopeless Fan Podcast. Thank you for listening.
We'll miss you.